Hello everyone, how's it going today? Happy Friday! We are back for some more Lego building. Specifically the, I don't know if it's Real Madrid. I don't know. I don't know soccer, FIFA stuff. It's a big box, so it's not on the table. So let's go ahead and open it up and start getting our bags out. This is the last of the stadium sets that they released. And I think like the other ones, I got it on sale. So I think they may have sold well initially, but it was like one of those things where everyone who wanted them bought them right away. Like wanted them for what they were. Because they all ended up on sale. Oop. Bumping stuff. There we go. Alright, everything's good. Alright, bag 35. So let's go put the 30s up there. 20s. Also on a 75 stream streak. Nice. 37. Artemis Rocket looks to be temporarily out of stock on the LEGO site. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Given the fact that it's currently coming back from the moon, I'm not surprised that a lot of people went on there and bought it. Alright, there's 7. 23. 29. Your body still hates you for yesterday? What did you do yesterday? Ald should have bought it early. I mean, the likelihood of us getting to 75% in the next couple days is not that likely. Plus, it might still be in stock at a local LEGO store, so... Surely this shortage must be a coincidence unrelated to anything specific at all. That's fair. That's fair. Who could say, right? Who could say? There's 11. A 2-hour walk. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I could do it. $8.40. So, you know, there's a few bags here. There's a few bags here. 14. 21. 2. Yep, another stadium. It's the only other one to build, though, so after this, there's no more stadiums. I've had them for a little while, so I figured I might as well do them now to finish them, because it is, you know, we are coming up on World Cup. Not that it's going to be very successful as World Cups go, I think. Bag number 1. Need to get back into walking again. A 15-minute walk today to get started since the weather was nice. Hips grumbled, yeah. I might see about getting back to walking as well, but I think my last batch of walking messed up my knees, so I'm going to see a doctor about that. That's how you know you're old. 12. $27. Who cares about soccer? Curling is where it's at. I would love a Lego curling rink, and I know exactly how to make it if they'd make some new parts. Put my mouse out of the way so that it doesn't get accidentally clicked. $22. I had someone complain in one of these, one of my videos, older ones, that like the first 15 minutes of the video was like getting the bags out, and it's like, Yeah, what do you expect? There's a lot of parts. And then you gotta sort them. I could cut all this out, but, like, this is part of the LEGO experience. There's 5. 38. We're just hoping none of those fall off the back of the, See? I said it. And what happens? A bag falls off the back. Alright, I'm gonna have to go get that after I get everything else. 24. 19. 16. 15. 13. They might be looking for LEGO randomizer speedruns. I think it's safe to say that that's an impossibility. Now, speedruns could be done, and there is a semi-equivalent. You can't do them now with the paper bags, but with the old plastic bags, there was a build-in-the-bag challenge. I actually have a thing still around somewhere. Big, thick instruction booklets. Alright, I gotta go grab that bag that fell off, so hold on a second. Doo-doo-doo. Okay. Back with all of the bags. Kind of think that it may have been a mistake putting all the 30s back here. Alright, let's see. 10s, I'm not going to need to pull from those real soon, so they can go right here for now. There's 38. Alright, 40 we got first. There's 39. There's 39. 38. 37. 36. 35. 34. 33 and a 32. 31 and a 30. There we go. All right, now 20s. 26. 20. 22. 27. 29. There we go. 28. 27. 26. 25. 24. 23. 22. 21. And a 20. All right. Now we pull these out. There's 14. 15, 13. Actually, I want to do that in reverse. $16, $17. There's 19. $18. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, and that box that I'm putting them in is basically full now. $12, $11, $10, there's 6, 3, 9. Put 1 up there. 8. 7. Okay, I think that's going to be it for the box. 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2. There we go. And there's 1. All right. Let's go ahead and fix everything. There we go. All right. So starting off with bag number 1. Brighter Note got the snapshot again and lets you play your save. Excellent. So I have started to put my brick separators in here. This is by no means anywhere close to all of my brick separators. It is, in fact, a tiny, tiny number of them, but it is some of them. So many orange plastic brick separated. Yes, it is, it's kind of ridiculous. It is kind of ridiculous. Okay. Alright, so I'm not going to bother reading any of that because I don't care. I like building them, I don't really care about the details. I like the details on other stuff like the, you know, regular architecture sets and things like that, but these not so much. Now, I will say, this picture of Madrid with the stadium there, that is a lovely, lovely picture. That is pretty nice. Okay, bag number 1. Mouse, please stop doing that. So bag number 1 will do the center bit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 will do 1/4. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 will do the next quarter. And then I think we move on to the second booklet for the rest. Have I ever been to Madrid? No, I've never been to Spain at all, and I would love to. I would love to go see the Alhambra, for example. Redeem hams for stadium history. I would not even want to do that myself. I'll do ancient stadium histories, like the fact that the word for stadium comes from the Greek sprinting event stade. That's pretty cool. That's the kind of stadium history that you can get here on my channel. To sail on your favorite bottled iced tea? Nice. Starting in a familiar fashion, yes. Yes, it's like the center part of these is very similar to each other. Almost as if they have the same field layout, considering that they're the same sport. Very strange and suspicious. Surely it's just a coincidence that the fields for these stadiums are all the exact same, right? Just a coinkydink. We got 4x4 quarter cylinder bricks. So how's everyone doing today? Enjoying the new LPs that have started up on the channel? I hope at least that you are. Got up to return a pot to the kitchen. Cat claimed the chair. I mean, it's the cat's chair. You just warm it for them. Tecmo sure is one of the games of all time. I do have a fondness for Tecmo Secret of the Stars. I think it's very silly. Okay, on this side, we got 2 bright green 1x3s and some 1x1 tiles. Tecmo Secret of the Stars sure is an SNES era JRPG. Tales of Berseria is pretty cool so far. Yeah, Tecmo is an interesting one. Howdy, Bahorn, how's it going? I don't know, I think you guys will enjoy Tecmo as it goes. Sad that the one thing you saw yesterday didn't have the same name as the Tecmo Secret of the Stars. Had the best joke ready. It's not a bad thing as some of your favorite JRPGs are SNES era, yeah. It is, and it's also, like, the translation is very, very rough. It is very, very rough. I think it was done in-house, and I think it's a little literal at times, to put it mildly. But there's also a charm to that, you know? Oh, wow. This is different. Normally they have, well, shoot, now I want to check the others and see how they stack up. I think that no, maybe not. I don't know. These are, I think, different prints than the other stadiums had. Translation might qualify as bad. I mean, he's badder than bad. He's bad. There we go. Each Lego pitch piece represents the stadium's blend of natural gas with 17 million synthetic grass fibers. Huh. Worse than Woolsey? Woolsey has a quality to it. So there are our goals. Spare parts. Blue 1x1 tile and a black friction pin. So here is our here's our field. You appreciate what was done, but at the same time, Woolsey did good work considering the restrictions he had to work with. Yeah. And, I mean, like, for what it is, it's pretty good. They're pretty good. And there's some real charm to them. They conveyed the message much better than Tecmo's Secret of the Stars, that's for sure. Only if you ask really nicely, not a rogue AI. Oh, you said spoony, not spooning. Woolsey is a good example of it could be worse, yeah. Put a roast in the oven? Nice. I hope you enjoy that. I mean, the thing is, like, the thing I will say about the Tecmo translation is that while it is poor quality, it is very charming because of that poor quality. And I think that you guys will enjoy what is coming with the translation, so I'll put it that way. Sometimes you get the right level of jank. Exactly. Exactly. It's going to be hard to top Bad Bad. That is a pretty fantastic element of the translation. I mean, there's also Hammond Crew's Lord of Darkness. And you have to say it that way, not Hammond Crew's Lord of Darkness. Hammond Crew's Lord of Darkness. There's no pause there. Needs to be a character now with the name Good Good. No, Hammond. H-O-M-N C-R-U-S-E. Just, it's all one word. And then Hammond Crew's Lord of Darkness. There is no pause. That is his full name. You remember a Nintendo Power's pro-con review of Final Fantasy VI? Having the negative as to how the story might be too convoluted for something for US players? Yeah. I'm not terribly surprised at that being a silly argument in that case, in that situation. And Lord Canis, 60 stream streak. Nice. You prefer Haman Karn, Lord of Axis? it doesn't quite flow as well as Hammond Crew's Lord of Darkness, though. So that goes in there, and then we rotate it down. All right, 5 of these. Not sure exactly what we're going to be doing with these. Is that exactly... Yeah, that is exactly plate height there. Convoluted isn't the word, but they were criticizing how the story might not be a good fit for Western audiences. Like, I find that so ridiculous because the, like, computer RPGs at the time were oftentimes, like, better than JRPGs in story depth. Ultima 1 was fun. Ultima 1 was very much a case of Richard Garriott being like, I'm just going to put everything I want into this. Into my D&D game. That's what it was, like, originally. His D&D computer game. I would love to have seen the look, like, I'd love to find that reviewer, Iagra, and then immediately give them Xenogears. And just see their reaction. Just being like, oh, what was that you said? Here. Here. Try this. Okay, so these are going upside down here. These are 1x3 reverse tiles. So this is to get basically holes in the ground to stick things in. Although these do end up sinking a very tiny amount. And I think it's because the studs are not full plate height. To be fair, they probably all thought the U.S. audience wanted mascot platformers. There was, like, I don't know who was really in charge of like Nintendo Power, but certainly the Japanese didn't think that that Americans were interested in hard games at all. That's why Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, a.k.a. Final Fantasy USA, was made so easy. And yeah, FF4 easy type. Well, Fawn subscribed for 7 months. Thank you very much. Yay! Another month of Dragon Quest. I wouldn't say all Lord Canis. Final Fantasy easy baby game wouldn't be good marketing, yeah. I mean, I have zero interest in that game, Lord Canis. Let's see. 2x2 with a center stud goes there. Said this before, but you still think easy type does not 100% refer to difficulty. Refers to the language used. They removed a lot of older, archaic-sounding words and replaced them with modern words younger players would be familiar with. I mean, no, like it doesn't. It definitely doesn't. I don't know that that has any effect on the U.S. translation, though. Because they could take the original game and still use easier words in the English translation. Alright, some stickers go on to some of these, but of course I'm not putting them on. Rebelling against sticker usage. Yes, the US got Final Fantasy II was the easy type. Either that or the US got something that was turned into the easy type in Japan. I'm not sure which way it went. Alright, so spare parts, a gray 1x1 tile and a red 1x1 cylinder tile with a top peg. I mean, it's Zeromus that kind of looks like he should be in a Darius game. Or something. Or Gradius or one of those other scrolling shooters. Actually, no, that goes that way. And that goes that way. I mean, it's been a really long time since I've looked into the differences between the standard... Like, there are some differences between the US version and easy type. There aren't significant differences, though. There you go. There's a link that may provide the answers. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen that then. But again, I'm also not sure on the original direction, if they made the US version and then backported that to Japan for the Easy Type, or if they did the Easy Type and then released that in the US kind of thing. Oh, that's not the Easy Type boss. Got it, okay. Yeah, I have not seen that that boss. Misread that. And I mean, like, even if we got the Easy Type, they still could have changed back the artwork. I mean, that's the thing. It's super easy to change those things. Okay, this goes... Yeah, about right there. Alright. Hopefully that's centered. Later remakes made the Easy Type sprite into a super boss. Lego pieces used here for the Bernabeu's gates were originally developed as gold ingots for Lego minifigures. So we need 7 of these. That's 4. 5. 6. And 7. Okay, 6 there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Realm scared you by freezing your game? Yeah, see, like, that's why it wouldn't surprise me if US, like, the Easy Type was a backport. You know, they simplified the game for US audiences and then turned that back into the Japanese Easy Type kind of thing. And then made a few other changes. Taking a cue from Belgamine, can't win, glitch out. Yeah, exactly. Well, I have a vague recollection of hearing that that's what happened, but it has been a long time since I have looked into that kind of thing, so... They could have developed it in tandem, I mean... Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've only had my saves nuked in one game, and that was Secret of Mana. Oops. That one. And I was annoyed, but not so much, because I just enjoy playing that game. Secret of Mana was held together by bubblegum and duct tape. Okay, maybe so, but also I was playing it in the summer. The console was sitting on the carpet, and it happened after like a 13-hour play session. So I think it might also not have been the game itself that caused the problem. You had the game crash on you for casting the 9th level fireball and exploder spells? Huh. I very frequently grind up to that, and I've never had that happen. Alright, 12. 1x2 corrugated bricks. Secret of Mana gets carried hard by the sprite artwork and music. I think it's a genuinely good game. It is genuinely fun to play, genuinely quality. Like, it may be buggy in some places, and certainly, like, movement is very squirrely, shall we say. But I think overall it is one of the, in my opinion, top tier SNES JRPGs. It was fun taking advantage of the bug exploit to get an extra sword orb and unlock the mana sword permanently. I have not actually done that, though. Mostly because I didn't bother. Instant flashback of having 5 soft locks back to back in almost every boss? Weird. In my experience with the game has generally been trouble-free, other than, like, skill issues and missing things and stuff like that. Yeah, I just haven't bothered. I'm a spear guy myself, after all. I always try to use the spear. I like it. I like it very much. You got the Secret of Mana after Chrono Trigger, so your perception is a bit skewed. That's fair. I mean, I got to Secret of Mana, Chrono Trigger after Secret of Mana. And it took me a very long time to actually finish the game because my friend had it and he never lent it to me. And then he sold everything off, including 2 of my games. Yes, very. He was not he was never exactly the type of person to consider other people's feelings. Secret of Mana is fun, but very unbalanced. Magic, if you're willing to grind it up, is just so much more powerful than physical attacks. Having to charge physical attacks is pretty bad. You had a ton of fun playing the game with your brothers. Got the SNES multi-tap so you could all play. Yeah, I mean, playing with someone else is one of the bright spots of it. Even one other person. And yeah, Magic is it's definitely powerful in that game. But I mean, like, the story is good. The story is generally fun. The characters are fun. Even the sprite. The music is wonderful. Absolutely fantastic music. And the gameplay is just fun. Like, it's just fun to play. I think, at least. Never played Secret of Mana. Well, Bahamut, when you finish up with your current game of Final Fantasy VI, may I recommend it to you? Like, I think that even though there's not a whole lot of other ways to play the game, I find the game just one of the most replayable RPGs. Just because it's so much fun. There aren't too many other games that I would rank as high in pure fun value. Despite the flaws in the combat, it was still super fun. Just so much chaos that it's great. Yeah. One day we will be able to save Dialect? No. No, he shall always be Dead Duck. Was the first Secret of Mana an original Game Boy title? Yes. That's the first Seiken Densetsu game. Which was, like, it was Final Fantasy Gaiden Seiken Densetsu. So the choice of calling it Final Fantasy Adventure, not exactly incorrect. You don't have the ROM for Secret of Mana? I mean, I have played, I've played, Seiken Densetsu, the Game Boy game, on the channel. Yes, it's Mystic Quest in Europe. Because they didn't have Final Fantasy at that time. Like, in the United States, we had Final Fantasy. We had multiple Final Fantasy games at that point. So they were tying into that game's popularity. I don't think any Final Fantasy games had come out in Europe at that point. So there was no popularity to tie into it with that. Okay, I don't think we usually get an extra one of these, so hold on. Make sure I didn't miss putting this on. We got this one here. Oh, yep, I did. All right. That goes up there. There we go. I did forget that. All right, spare parts. We've got trans light blue 1x1 plate, yellow 1x1 cylinder plate, and blue 1x1 quarter cylinder tile. Bag number 4. Alrighty, Ugra, have a good rest of your night. Thank you very much for coming on out. Well, Bahamut, I still highly recommend the game for you to play it at some point. And I'd go for the original, not a remake. I haven't heard great things about the remake, although I haven't played it myself to know how much of that is just like sour grapes and whininess, which is a pretty common thing in like game reviews these days, it feels like. I mean, if you've played the original, it can oftentimes be really hard to separate. Like, I have a hard time separating with Dragon Quest VII Reimagined kind of thing, for that very same reason. Well, it'd probably be expensive, Bahamut. Alright, we got our brackets on. Now we get some trans light blue 1x1 tiles as well here. I have no idea. I have never looked. I'm sure it was made in higher numbers, though, so probably not. And obviously there's a lot of personal point of view when it comes to things like, you know, how much you like a game and stuff like that. I mean, like, for me, it depends on a lot of features. If the remake is faithful and just looks better and sounds better, then I'm going to like the remake better. Like, the Wonder Swan Color version of Saga 1. That is, in my opinion, unconditionally better than the original. Because you've got SNES level graphics, you got better sound. Daggerfall Unity would be a strong argument for modern implementations of old games. Yeah, in a lot of ways. I mean, like, I know of people who would disagree with that for Daggerfall Unity, but an Open XCOM I would say is solidly better. Got to the final boss in Saga 1 on Game Boy. It was impossible. The game is weird. Probably chose the wrong party. The monster class didn't do much. Yes. It is possible to screw yourself over in that with the monster classes. It is easiest to just ignore the monster classes if you want a powerful party at the end. If you're unwilling to look up the details to make sure that you get a powerful monster class, then just don't play with them, I'd say, at this point. Of course, that boss is also easily cheesable. Yeah, it's kind of God dang it. I mean, like, it's not God dang it in that you can be very careful about it and try to figure it out yourself. You know, figure out what are good spells, look at the enemies that do the good spells, and then work really hard to get one of those classes. I don't think it's impossible. I think you had one character that did anything, but unfortunately it wasn't enough to solo the final boss. Yeah, I mean, the other classes will all be useful at the end if they're designed a certain way. I do think that there is an element in a lot of these old games of expecting you to get to the final boss and fail, and then go back and reevaluate rather than get frustrated and quit. It's not always realistic, but I think that's the intention. Or just use the broken chainsaw. Yeah, but that was actually like a bug. You've been hearing that Mojang has been talking about changing Minecraft's game engine to a different one because game engine they're using hasn't been updated in forever. Yeah, but I mean, they've been talking about that for a long time, haven't they? Guessed right after 93 failed guesses. I don't remember that part. I'd have to go back to my LP of it and look. That wasn't one of the games that I grew up with. I came to that well after the fact, shall we say. And I specifically wanted to play the WonderSwan color version. And it is gorgeous. Like, I'm genuinely, like, annoyed that they didn't include the WonderSwan color version in the Saga collection that has the 3 Game Boy games. Because, like, why wouldn't you? It is, as far as I know, the exact same game. So it'd be really easy to apply the translation and just be like, here it is. Yeah, I just don't remember that at all. Like, it's been a little while since I've played it, so it is just not in my memory at this time. I have found that I do not remember things as well when I have LP'd the game. And I think it's because my brain is like focused on making commentary at the same time, so I don't always absorb the stuff like I would if I were playing it independently, like alone on my own time, if that makes sense. Remember, because the whole time you were like, why I don't like this? And to be fair, I would have been using a FAQ, so... I don't know. Okay, so that goes in there. So I find it interesting that the first stadium set that we built had the corrugated bricks of red and blue. Then the second one we built, and that was a couple years ago that we built that one. The second one that we built had red seating, and now this one has blue seating. So I am going to be awash in red and blue corrugated bricks, and I don't know what to use them for. It's here to be cute and take a little nap. Aww, give him pets for us. Pets and scritches. Advantage of other people sharing their pictures of cats is that I can live vicariously through that and then not get allergic reactions. It is one of the reasons why I do not have cats. Doesn't crackle every time you pet him. Alright, that clicks in there and goes down there. Standard 1x2 brick. There it is. And 1x2x2. Nope, that's standard 1x2. Let's put that over there. Our cold spell is over. Probably for the last time. I mean, it is possible that it'll get cold again, but we'll see. I mean, it got down below freezing recently, and it's just crazy. Oops. Felt like a monster when one of the cats tried to give your hand a little sniff and got a static shock on their nose. Aww. Well, they probably realize that that's not, like, you. I'd imagine. Like, you're not doing that on purpose. Oh, we actually get 3 of them here. Who else are they supposed to blame? I mean, no one? Because they probably get it from other things that they touch as well. Okay, and then the other clip here. One by 4, 1 by 2, and then 1 by 2 grill slopes. Well, yes, it is the weather's fault. Okay, so stickers would go on the flat ones there, but of course, I don't do stickers. Get that in there. Slide that down there. Each of these 1 by 2 blue textured bricks represents approximately 180 seats in the Real Stadium. It's a lot of seats. Okay, 1 by 4 by 3 panel and a 1 by 5 plate. Howdy, Vigastry, how's it going? No one ever is to blame, indeed. No, it's a soccer stadium, Wolfon. Sticker goes on there. And that goes on right there. Yeah, not like that fake Madrid stadium. What drives a man to hate stickers? The old stickers across multiple pieces. AKA stamps. Finnish word for it is literally football. Don't me give you no American hand egg thing where you don't use your foot. You do use your foot. No, actually, so the reason they're both called football is because you play it on your feet as opposed to riding a horse. In case you were wondering. Alright, so 1 by 1 plates in blue and orange, 1 by 1 tiles in translite blue and white are our extra pieces. LEGO has happily stopped using stamps. There are no longer stickers across multiple pieces. No, not it. So, any game that was played on foot was called football. Any sport. That's why American football and soccer are called football. They're both called football. Well, any sport that involves a ball, I should say. It's to distinguish it from things like lacrosse. And other, I don't know if there are other horse-based ones these days, but that would be the big one, you know, like, that's still around. And soccer comes from association football. There was a period in and soccer is like originally British. It just fell out of use. Howdy, Kinshire, how's it going? Suddenly imagining FF10 Blitzball, but on swimming horses. Oh, actually, right. Polo is on horses, isn't it? That's another horse-based ball sport, I think. I will say, as much as I am not really interested in most team sports in the Olympics and stuff like that, other than curling, of course, I do enjoy some water polo and handball. Yeah, two different competing rule sets in different universities that diverged into soccer and rugby, which became U.S. football. Yep. Howdy, Red Hyena. How's it going? Oh, the astronauts already made it back. All right, nice. I did not realize that was going to be today. You want Blitzball as its own game where you build your own character and team? I'm surprised they don't have that in like the like, aren't there online Final Fantasy minigames, or is that in FF14? I'm kind of surprised it's not in FF14, to be honest. As a completely optional thing. Well, but other people here may have. Would that get you to play FF14? If they had Blitzball? Maybe it would. Wish they had replaced the stupid FF14 fishing with Blitzball. Well, why not both? How did I like Blitzball? I didn't. I played a few games off screen, and I'm just like, and I was really just like, this is not fun. And I decided not to bother trying to play it to get more like stuff, the stuff that you get through it. I really did just decide it's not worth my time. I feel kind of bad, but eh. It really highlights that so much in that game, like, needed to be like actual post-game stuff. Wasn't there a thing where there was an option at save series like play Blitzball? Yes, that's how you play Blitzball past the required stuff. And I did it a few times. I did it off camera a few times, and I just did not have fun. I did not enjoy myself. And I had it was not even with the eject shot, I rarely won in the few games that I played. So it was like, this feels like something that I would need to spend a heck of a lot more time on to actually be good, and I just don't care enough. Yeah, I mean, some things just click with people and some things just don't. And that's all fine. I just, like, it really just was not my thing. And when I started the LP and when I'd been planning to do it, I really, really, really did expect that I would spend a lot of time and get to, if not like it, at least be okay with it, and it did not. The need to hire new players and keep track of their contracts is too much. I mean, part of it is like the like if you could have just said, you know, play this off camera using, you know, like if the just be like, you know, AI play this. I don't care about the specific details. I just want the levels. I would have been okay with that, but the fact that you have to do that, and it's a lot of time. It's a lot of time per game. You can't just, like, quickly level up your characters and stuff like that. It's just like, eh. What do they torture me with? I mean, neither of them is torture. If it's play this or we'll kill you, I mean, I can play it. Like, nothing would actually be fun if you're being forced to play it or risk your life kind of thing, so... Too involved to be a minigame? Well, so it's a minigame because it's smaller than the main game. Anything that's smaller than the main game is a minigame, even if it's gigantic. Because, like, as annoyed as I got with the Eggfoot Racing and Iodine, its big advantage is that once you set the Eggfoots to race, Eggfeets, whatever, you just sit there, and they do their thing. There isn't, like, a mini-game to it. I understand. It's just, like, what do I dislike more? I don't know. I find them both annoying in different ways. But I also don't find them so annoying that they'd be torture if I was forced to play them at the risk of my life. Like, that would be better than actual torture. I mean, I would probably find Tetramaster more fun just because it's faster. Like, one match in Tetramaster is just, like, a moment or two. As long as I don't have to win to you know, it's like, win the, you know, grind your characters up to max level and win all your matches or we'll kill you. Okay, that would probably be an impossibility for me. Yeah, no, I mean, I did not like Tetramaster at all either. I think it's a poorly designed game, but its advantage is that it's faster. Need to go back and see if I got the rare cards on the space station in FF8 with all the rules enabled. I'm pretty sure I got the rare cards. Did I have all the rules enabled? I don't think so. I don't remember specifically. Okay, there we go. Get that on the at an angle there. Space Station should have all the rules, then maybe I did. I don't know. If they were rules that you get, like if they were cards that you could get later, and I think some of them, at least, if not all of them, were, like you can get them at another time with different rules, then I probably did it that way. The little green Lego piece used here to represent a tree was developed as an ice cream scoop for Lego minifigs. So dark green ice cream. Like if I had to do it, then I might have done it off screen. Can you get just about all the cards on Ragnarok? Maybe. I don't remember. Like, again, like I would remember my comment earlier about once I'm done with an LP, oftentimes I forget some details. I mean, I worked really hard to make sure that the crummy rules didn't get applied in the rest of the world. So, there's that. Got a team bus there. We got hockey sticks here, I think, for flags. Or maybe light posts. All deletes his memory cache to make room for the next Pain Train game. It's really just the fact that because I'm making commentary, I'm doing commentary at the same time, like, I'm not able to focus on the game, and thus my retention is worse. All right, spare parts. We got a black roller skate, a brown 3L bar, and a dark gray 1x1 cylinder plate. Bag number 6. Oh, I was terrible with Zell, so I very rarely used him. Okay, one yellow 1x1 cylinder plate goes right there. One by four, and 1x4, and 1x4. Just use Selfie's limit break and cheese it. I did dislike the, like, I generally dislike limit breaks as a concept. The game wants you to use the longer, powerful combos on Zell, but if you insist on doing the weakest hits that are super fast, you can chain 70 hits like you mentioned. Damage goes far beyond what you're supposed to do. Well, I'm very bad at that kind of thing, so I don't think I did his limit breaks very often at all. Right, white. I was looking for beige. Favorite in FF8 was Zell, followed by Seifer and Squall. Definitely a Selfie fan myself. Fighting game inputs are obnoxious in a turn-based RPG. Yeah, I'm not a fan. There's a reason why when I play Street Fighter, I'm always Chun-Li, because her main combo is like just button mash. And the sumo guy whose name I'm forgetting. He also has just a button mash one. E Honda, yeah, there you go. I mean, not that I played a whole lot of Street Fighter. The only time I had anything to, like, crow about was, I was at an anime convention, and I played against a friend of mine who really liked Street Fighter, and was really good. And out of the 3 matches where I was playing as Chun-Li, I did win one. And then, you know, he won the other 2 and won the match, but it was like, I couldn't believe that I won the one. There was no, like, there was no, like, I should not have won that one. The skill difference was too much. I should not have won. But I got lucky. FF8, you always play with Squall, Zell, and Irvine? It's usually, for me, Squall and two of the ladies. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Irvine. For reasons that are probably well known to anyone who has watched very many of my videos, Quistis was one of my favorites. You just like how they behave in battle? Yeah, I mean, I can choose characters for that reason, but usually I want to also like the character. If I don't like a character, I may not use them even if they are the better character. But sometimes I do. It depends. It really depends on the mechanics involved. If there's not a huge difference, or they're not, like, broken or exceptionally easy for me personally to use. Hot for teacher? No, not because she's a teacher. I mean, she's only 1 year older than the others, so... It's the glasses. Oops, that's the wrong piece. I mean, wait until I can start playing dress-up, well, wait until I start playing dress-up a lot in Berseria. Glasses are rarely coming off the ladies. Alright, we have little windowed sections here. You would have maybe given 8 more of a chance if you really took the time to do the junctioning. I would almost recommend not playing hard into the don't level up and like the overpowered stuff. It's not necessary, and it can kind of make the game a little bit less fun. And I will say, like, I've said this before, and I will say it again, Final Fantasy VIII doesn't really hit hard until you're an adult. Exactly, Kinshir. 100% Kinshir. Love FF8, second favorite after 7. Right, I thought I removed that one. Hold on. Alright, let me actually go ahead and get this removed, if my mouse cursor would stop being weird. Oh, you know what? I bet I didn't save the playlist after I did that last time. Hold up. There we go. Playlist saved. Okay, and this gets on up here. and this one gets up here. There we go. Freya was definitely one of my favorites in FF9. Used to go with Amarant, but Freya is more useful in battle. Some of them don't scale super well, though. Alright, turn it around, and 11, 1 by 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1 by 3 slopes. Anyone that has an easy way to get to 9,999 attacks are the best? Yes. And going back to my earlier comments about forgetting things, I don't remember who that was. Oh yeah, Freya has that ability that deals damage by the number of dragons you've defeated, like dragon-type enemies you've defeated, and that scales up really well. Like that gets to max damage really early, if I remember correctly. I wouldn't say it was stupid so much as it was weird. But it also, you defeated enough dragons, you think, when you massacred Grand Dragons? See, I did it with just earlier enemies. I did it super early. Because I think it was like grinding for items or something like that. Or AP in a pretty in an early area. Outside Lindblum, I think? Like, there were dragon-type enemies that were just like lizard men or something. You would have preferred Eiko being a red mage summoner with more summons? Well, I mean, you had Vivi for black magic. And that was a very specific reason. Like, most of the characters are the way they are because of the story. And I think that makes sense. I actually applaud them for doing that, as opposed to saying, you know, like making the characters fit specific roles. Alright, bag number 7. Like, Dagger and Eiko being sisters, it made sense for them to have similar powers because of that. And I'm a big fan of games that ignore numerical balancing in favor of having things make sense from a story perspective. But yeah, I think Eiko easily beats Dagger for white magic, if you do it right. Eiko had double white. Eiko just like had a higher base magic score, if I remember correctly. But like I said, it's been a while. The original game, you could level up. Shoot, what's his name? Marcus, and his stat gains would carry over to Eiko. It's also interesting how Dagger does mainly healing early on, but is actually better summoner than healer. Yes. And Eiko is the other way around, yeah. I mean, part of that is because Eiko's summons are generally status affecting, and Daggers are generally damaging. Oh, this is going to be interesting. All right. We're making basically the same thing on the other side. Yeah, but I wasn't talking about the trance. I mean, the trance, you know, I mean, the trance is one thing, yeah, sure. But, I mean, it's more, I think Eiko's magic stat is higher. Okay, now we get our grill slopes on here. Never understood trance or liked it really. It felt half-baked. I mean, it's basically just a different version of Limit Break. Oh, whoops, we are not putting these on there. There we go. Slide these two together. L bar right there. Further lock that in, and then on this side, I don't know if it's the word you're looking for, but yes, half-assed is a phrase. It basically means that they kind of only tried, like, the bare minimum to do something, or didn't try hard enough. It was like slapping something together and be like, ah, that's good enough. Okay, that gets in there, and that gets in there. And this goes in here. Let me make sure that it is centered. That looks good. Nope, actually it doesn't. There we go. Alright, now we're doing the other two ones here. What's going on? Why are you not going together? Weird. Huh? Goes together there. I don't know why it was not going together. I mean, Trance is different from Limit Break. It's the game's version of Limit Break, but it is different from Limit Break. It's not supposed to do the same thing. And it is supposed to give you a hint about Zidane's origins. Yeah, Limit Break is one attack, and Trance can last for a little bit longer, which is always fun when you're stealing with Zidane, and he trances, and you're like, thanks, now I'm wasting this. But I mean, it's also kind of like, you know, the number of times I used Riku's Limit Break in Final Fantasy X, you could count on one hand, I think. Just because most of the time I didn't have anything that I wanted to do with it. And yeah, Trance was actually used in the story. I mean, overall, like, I don't like that kind of thing in general, mechanically. But I think FF9's annoyed me the least. I did like how when Vivi went to trance mode, his hat got straight. I did always appreciate that. I like that. I don't know the correct pronunciation. Zidane is what I've always said. I think I may have looked it up when I did the LP, but I don't remember. I just stuck with Zidane because that's what I've always done. And I mean, like, generally, their fictional characters their names can be pronounced however you want. They can't get angry at you. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna mispronounce a real person's name. Like, if I encounter someone with the same spelling and they say that their name is pronounced Zidane, then I will pronounce it Zidane. Yeah, but I'm glad he had kids. I mean, like, it's one of those things of, like, kind of the same thing of Dragon Quest 11. You know, it's great that the character who died came back at one point. But like, sometimes you gotta fire that gun when doing a story. If a character dies then and it advances the story, then they should stay dead. And Vivi, you know, like, obviously there was no element of knowing how long his lifespan was going to be, but there was a pretty strong indication that it would be short. You know, like, it undercuts that if it's like, oh, but he can actually surpass that. Rather than living what life he was given to its fullest. You know? Like, it's very, very clear that Vivi lived his life to its fullest. And that's very good from a storytelling perspective. Well, yeah, I mean, like, I don't think that they have exactly 1 year limit. I think that's just their natural lifespan. About a year. Kind of like humans, you know? It's about 70 years. But we can live longer, but some also don't even live that long. It's important to make the best use of the time that you have. Which is why Ald is wasting time with you all. Yes. I'm building Lego. I'm having fun talking to other weird people on the internet, you know. It's great. Best use of time, like watching a pair of hands assemble Lego. Yeah. Let's just move all these over here. It's easier to get them. Getting a lot of orange plates out of this, and I do like that. Alright, and get that on there, and that one on there. And last corrugated brick there. Where's 1x2 go? That feels short. Oh, alright. That's where the 1x2 goes. It may feel short, but apparently it's not. Alright. Trans light blue 1x1 tile slopes. Which Gundam would blue and orange work for? There is an aquatic type that is blue and orange, I believe. Might be a GM, but I think it's a Gundam. Not too many with actual orange. Oops. Trying to think if there are any others offhand. Yeah, orange is kind of like noticeably missing from a lot of Gundam series color schemes. Although some of the orange, some of the yellows are kind of close to orange. All right, so we got our boxes here. Get those in there. There we go. Dual Gundam and Seed had some blue with orange. Well, that's Seed. Who pays attention to that? Pays attention to that. All right. Spare parts. Yellow 1x1 cylinder plate. Black 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud. White 2L bar with stop. Trans light blue 1x1 tile. And a white 1x1 peak slope. Yes, the powered GM does have orange, but no blue. Yes. That's one of the few things that actually uses orange. All right, bag number 8. The powered GM is a great design, though. And there are some other things that have some orange. The Hygog from 0080 has orange rocket launchers over its arms. That's just because Ko Araki wasn't piloting it. God, I hate Ko. Alright. Some tan 1x2 to 1x2 brackets. It's kind of amazing just how kind of crummy the characters in 0080 0083 are. Or do you mean the Hygog died ignominiously? Sorry, I thought you were talking about the powered GM. In the decade between 1920 and 1930, the club had to relocate twice to accommodate its growing fan base. We're talking about the powered. The powdered. The powdered GM. Anytime I do a marathon of Gundam, 0083 is one of the ones where it's like, genuinely like, do I want to? Shimagataha is about the only interesting character in that series. .0083 had some of the silliest names. What, like Physalis? And Dendrobium? I don't know. I don't know that you could say that those are silly names compared to some of the others that exist in the Gundam universe. And of Elgato, South Burning? No, again. I don't know. Full frontal does exist, exactly. Full Frontal isn't even the only character with the first name of Full, although I don't think the other one is from Gundam. I think the other one is, I want to say that's actually, L-Game. But that's, you know, I mean, I'm sure Tomino was responsible. Just blame Tomino. Howdy, Minor Trader. How's it going? Yeah, Full Flat is in L-Game. I mean, even going to the original Gundam, you've got Job John. One of the operators in the on the bridge is named Marker. Not Mark, Marker. And then you've got Bright Noah. Not Noah Bright, Bright Noah. I do wish there was more that involved them after. I want to know what happened to Job John, you know? You're unnaturally tired when you joined the stream, fell asleep, partially watching and hallucinating things that were going on in chat. Well, hopefully hallucinating funny or good things. Not weird and creepy or something like that. Oops. Let me get that on there. You had a very weird dream a few nights ago about Final Fantasy IV, you think? I want 3 of these. All right, where is the other bracket? There it is. Yeah, no, I know that, Nadaroge. I just wish that there was more stuff that had them. Like, you get cameos of Sayla and Kai, and a little bit more than a cameo of Hayato in Zeta and Double Zeta and stuff. I think that's great. I'd love more of that stuff. You know, just so we can know within the animation what they're doing, what's going on with them. All right, 11, 1x2, inverted slopes. No, I know, I'm aware of that. They could have changed their voice actor, though. I mean, I understand not wanting to and stuff. This is more of a wish casting rather than they should have done this kind of thing. I mean, Bright's going to show up in Hathaway at some point, and his voice actor's dead. Passed on a few years back. So they can recast. Maybe they didn't want to back then. But, I mean, I would also just like more UC Gundam in general, so... As well as more UC Gundam Master Grade kits. That aren't just more freaking Gundams. I have enough. Give me Zeta and Double Zeta grunts, dang it. Did they recast him for the, Yes. I'm pretty sure they did because he'd already passed away by that point. Alright, looks like that's it. And one of these. Like, I think he passed on, like, 10 years ago now. I think they recast him even for Gundam the Origin. Although he might have, that might have been, like, the last thing he did. I don't know. Like I said, it has been a while since I looked into a lot of these things. I have been out of, like, paying close attention to anime and stuff like that for a bit of time. Okay, there we go. And 2x4 there. I don't know, UC Gundam is just my favorite, so I'm always wanting more. And there's plenty of stuff that they could, like, animate. I don't really understand why they haven't done a Crossbone Gundam animation. Alright, next up. Get a silvery 1x2 grill plate. Okay, get that there. And the other inverted slope here. And now rail plates for all of these. Well, actually, 1x2 plate there and 1x1 plate there. Alright. I mean, I would also love to see an animation for Gundam Sentinel. I know that there's some issues with that, like with wanting to do that in terms of ownership. But I mean, surely they could, like, buy the rights or something. We've gotten lots of Sentinel Gunpla. There's multiple Sentinel Zeta Gundams, which I own. multiple S Gundams, XS Gundams. There's even Deep Striker, which I have not gotten and I do want. God, I would love Deep Striker. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous one. But also, gigantic. I think that's the largest master grade they've ever done. I think Brave Cods were from either the Variations or... Yeah, I think they're from Variations. I'd have to go back and look. Actually, it's Sentinel, not Null. Love that in the Digimon anime, it's a thing that a specific Digimon character always dies when they show up in every Digimon series. To the point they brought back the character back in Digimon Adventures 2020. The VA returned expecting the character to die, and the people working on the series kept the character alive throughout the series. So in other words, it's Kenny. Yeah, Sentinel has some of my favorite designs. Oh, and they also did the Mark V Gundam. Oh, I was thinking that it was a ship, sorry. Because there are some silly ship names, like Saberfish. Yeah, I have the photo novel, but obviously it's in Japanese, so... Alright, one-by-one plates in beige and gray. Alright, bag number 9. Actually, I have it really close by. Maybe when I'm letting the time pass for the... whatchamacallit? I need to build my Mark V. While time is passing for voting, I'll go grab that book. He's pretty close. Alright, 13 one-by-one cylinder plates. Howdy, Shield of Hope, how's it going? Doing well, that's excellent. Glad to hear it. You don't think Real Madrid is that small or made of Legos? It's the Real Madrid, though. Obviously, it has to be. Real is in the name. Yes, I know it's Real. Playing Dragon Quest IX, you don't know about this game, it just doesn't seem to click with you? Well, eventually I will LP it. So you can watch that instead. Alright. One-by-one to one-by-one downward brackets. Whoa, not a rogue AI. Saying that about Trodain? That's so rude. Can't believe you'd say that about King Trode. Yes, I know. I was joking on the fact that he was turned into a monster. Alright, one by one. Bricks there. There we go. Is that on 2DS or 3DS? I can't remember. Because I haven't done any 3DS games. Regular DS? Okay. But, yeah, I meant regular DS rather than 3DS. That's what I meant. Okay, 14 2x2 inverted slopes. Warm enough that you put your winter coat away and got your vest out? It's down to 63 outside right now. It, oops. It got up to like 71 today. Big change from the very, very cold, sub-zero weather we got just a couple days ago. I think they tried to make that a multiplayer game. I think that's 10. Maybe they started out thinking that they'd make it a multiplayer and then decided not to, but I don't think it was ever actually a multiplayer. But I could be wrong. I actually don't know that much about the game, so. I am annoyed that we're not getting FF10 offline, though. Like, not getting the online one? Sure, fine, whatever. I don't know that I would have played it anyway, but not getting the offline one? Come on. What we'll all do about FF11 and FF14, just not play them for you? Yes. Yes. It is actually entirely possible that I will not play anything beyond 12. I don't know that I have much interest in 13. I have never actually watched even watched an LP of 13. Yeah, but that's not multiplayer. I mean, like a lot of the DS games had stuff like that, and a lot of that was for like to have interaction with nearby people as opposed to actually online. Although, I don't know. Oops. Yeah, but I mean, like, is it actually couch co-op? Is it actually? I mean, obviously not couch co-op, but I mean, is it actually multiplayer, or is it just there are some interactive features with people who are nearby? Like there are other games, Game Boy and 3DS, and I mean DS and stuff like that, that had functionality where you could like trade items, but that doesn't mean that they're multiplayer. And you could visit other people's creations in the various Dragon Quest Builders game, but again, they're not multiplayer. They're not, you know. I just didn't get the impression that it was actually multiplayer as opposed to just having friend features. '15 will be so easy. Just tape down the accept button with enough healing items and you can never lose. Maybe. I watched Get Dave play it, and it looked like the opposite of what I'm into, so... I think, like, the safest is that one is like, not going to be coming to the channel. The safest bet is that I will not be playing that one. I mean, obviously, like, if it comes up on a Patreon request kind of thing, I'll do it. But I didn't like the story. I didn't like the characters. I mean, I got what they were going for, but that's not an interesting story to me. As Wolfon said, the magic is broken if you put any effort into it. Yeah, but, like, again, that requires you to play the game somewhat, and from what I saw of the game, it looked like anathema to me. So, like I said, I'll play it if it gets voted on in on Patreon, but otherwise, no. Like, that for me is one of the easiest games for me to say, I'm not playing it unless people vote on it. You know, it's not a hard no, but it's not a, you know, I'm not going to willingly play that one. I didn't like the story. I didn't like what happened. I didn't like I didn't like the gameplay from what I saw. I haven't played it myself, but it really, really looked like everything that I don't like in games. Even if it can be easy. I mean, like, Bahamut loves Blitzball. Doesn't mean that I like Blitzball kind of thing. You can say, oh yeah, it's really easy with this thing. Doesn't mean that it's going to be easy for me. Shoot. Come back here. Where'd you go? Oh, there it is. I mean, there's also an element of, like, you know, if you want to hear me play a game and get endlessly annoyed at it, then yeah, you can go for that, but I don't know why you would want that kind of thing. Not saying that it would be like that, but it seems like the kind of game that would endlessly annoy me, so. You'd rather watch me play games that I want to play? Well, I mean, like, there is an element of... I haven't played every game out there, and there are definitely games that I might not play on my own that I might really enjoy, and that's one of the things behind, you know, the patron's choice. But yeah, if it's not a game that I actually want to play much, like actively don't really have much interest in playing, then not exactly sure why people would want me to play that. FF16 is also an interactive movie. I mean, I don't have a problem with interactive movies. I don't know that the combat is to my taste. So, I mean, I've played Xenosaga. That's not what it means. What I mean is that I don't find interactive movie to be a negative. Like, if someone says, oh, yeah, that's an interactive movie, then my response is going to be, yeah, but is it good? Like, in a lot of ways, the Xenosaga games are interactive movies, but they're good. Is Walking Simulator a negative? Looks at Death Stranding. I mean, I watched JG play the first Death Stranding, and I do hope that he plays the second one, because I would like to see what he does with it. It was interesting. I don't know that I want to play it, but it was interesting. I watched Lethal Feline play Baby Steps, which is also literally a walking simulator, but also a troll game. I mean, I'll play just about any kind of game if I can actually, you know, if I enjoy myself playing it and it's good. You make a joke about Death Stranding 2, but you don't think anyone would get it? I mean, I haven't seen Death Stranding 2, so no. Probably not. Like I said, if JG plays it, I'm there. You watched All Dragon play a murder simulator? It's called Ultima 6. Hey, I was doing things for justice, sir. No, it's not. I own those things. I'm the avatar. You'd recommend Death Stranding if you go in knowing you're supposed to not like the beginning? Yeah, that's fair. I don't know if that's the best way of making a game, but... I mean, I have thought about playing Death Stranding, like, on stream. I have genuinely considered it. There we go. Britannia is the Avatar's world. Everyone is just renting. No, the Avatar is the Avatar. All right. That's a tan 1x1 cylinder plate. Everything in the world is up to the Avatar's use if it will help him save Britannia. That's how it goes. Gave up on wanting to play Death Stranding after hearing that you have to babysit a literal baby. Real Madrid won the inaugural European Cup in 1956. All right, bag number 10. You remember having a dream about the Ultima series where the Avatar turned evil? The Avatar would never turn evil, because the Avatar is the Avatar of virtues. Literally, the virtues. You would sneak up on a thief, stand up, and mutter Pico before punching them in the face. I don't know what that really means, but that sounds amusing. See why some of the virtues were hard for me in 4? No, they were easy. I was most certainly not a fulsome wretch. A certain Japanese war criminal VTuber? I don't know that I want to know. I played honorably. I played super honorably in Ultima. Literally the Avatar virtues. War Criminal is a joke about how she plays things like Minecraft. Okay. So doesn't play like my super honorable Crusader Kings playthroughs. It's understandable. Should be totally honorable like me. Pressing my mother's claim for Aquitaine, for example. Ah, got it. Well, I think someone would have gotten it. Not me. Does she play in English or what? Or is this just a known thing to certain groups on the internet? Red, a 3L bar. Okay, just a general knowledge thing then. Yeah, no, I know what Hololive is. It's just not something on my radar. I don't go out of my way to find other, like, streamers. I actually, like, mostly enjoy LP content over streaming in terms of my viewing. Like, I need to, really like the person streaming kind of thing. Alright, there we go. And this goes up here. Okay, this needs to click in there. Can't click down or this way. It needs to go in this way. Have they made official LEGO baseball stadiums? Not really. And the reason is because they would probably only sell in the US and Japan. Whereas, like, people are fans of Madrid or Manchester United in the United States, so... Oh, I cannot see... Yeah, try popping that off. See if I can see this where I'm trying to actually get this in. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, I just could not see where it was trying to connect into. There we go. Yeah, LEGO is kind of reluctant to do hyper-regional things. They want things that are generally of international interest. I mean, if things are like general interest in Europe or Asia or North America, then they might do it. But if it's not fairly general interest, and I'm not sure that baseball is fairly general interest enough. I mean, they did some stuff with the NBA many years ago, and they have a bunch of like a bunch of World Cup stuff coming out. But I have seen like I follow Japanese people on Blue Sky and just use the auto translate to see what they're talking about, and some of them are into U.S. NBA teams and stuff like that. So like there is a little bit. I think there's a little bit more international interest in the NBA than there is in baseball. Force the Euros to like baseball so we can get baseball Lego. I mean, didn't Italy like kick our butt in the World Baseball thingy majig or whatever? Like, I don't pay attention. Baseball was my father's thing. It's not my thing. Certain baseball stadiums are architecturally interesting, yeah. But, like, they did these, and I think they sold well enough initially, but I think they did not sell well enough long-term for them to be viable. Because they all went on sale. Like, all three of them went on sale. So I don't know that we're going to get any more stadiums. Like, I'd be surprised. If they do more, I'm guessing it'll be more soccer. I mean, a good test, though, would be building them and submitting them on LEGO Ideas and seeing if they get to the 10,000 mark. I kind of doubt they would, but you never know. I am interested in what the upcoming cathedral set, architecture set's going to look like. That is supposed to be extremely large, but I don't know that I'll get it. Like, I talked about this before, and the cathedral to me is not that architecturally interesting. I think in LEGO it would just look kind of spiky and messy. But I could be wrong. Like, it could look really cool. But I would kind of just, like, rather have other things. Okay, so that goes right there. There we go. Now for that one, No. If they did a Norwegian stave church, I'd be so over that. So I'd be all over that. I'm interested in ones that I personally consider architecturally interesting. And that, while I like a wide variety of architectural styles, that one's not so much. Well, Notre Dame is the only one they've made. I understand the joke, but it's the only one they've made. I would love Hagia Sophia and being able to make it in different versions, like the current version, the Byzantine version, that kind of thing, but I don't know if they'd do that. There was a pretty cool mosque in Cairo that I saw that I would be interested in as well. But see, I don't know if they would do the Hagia Sophia because it is an active worship site now. Thanks, Turkey. I had no idea that Finland had its own version of baseball. Also, they tend to be beige, and while I don't mind beige, beige is a decent Lego building color, I would like other colors. Like gray. Gray would be cool. And I'm pretty sure that the one that they're going to do is going to be beige. Like, one of the downsides of the Colosseum was that it was all beige. You want to make a troll idea submission of a Zoroastrian Tower of Silence with a bunch of skeleton minis on top? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would not be, that would, like, probably automatically be kicked off, and you might even lose your account. So, no? Maybe not? Don't do that? Some people find sky burials creepy. Yeah. But that's also an active like a representation of an actual religious ceremony as opposed to a tomb, which is not. Abu Simbel when? I would love Abu Simbel. That would be fantastic. That would be amazing. And, like, interestingly enough, they have a current Paris set that you could pretty easily change the, you know, like keep the framing, and then you'd have Abu Simbel. Angkor what? I'm sorry? No, Rogea, what'd you say? But yeah, Angkor Wat would be awesome. I mean, there's a lot of historical religious sites that would be great to get represented in Lego form. Like, it would be kind of more artwork, but Queen Nefertari's tomb would be neat to see as well. In 2002, the stadium hosted the end of the cycling competition La Vuelta a España as part of the club's centenary celebrations that year. Neat. There we go. Alright, spare parts. Yellow 1x1 cylinder plate. Orange 1x1 peak slope, and a red 3L bar. Those are the spare parts. So this is going to go in like, not that, like that. I haven't gotten that one yet. I do want it, but I haven't gotten it yet. So it's sometime after I get it. Hopefully, like, I kind of want to make January Architecture Month, so it would probably be then. But I also have some other architecture sets to do. But if I don't have any technical issues, then I'd be able to get all of January in. In fact, let's see. Yeah, I'd have 4 weeks and an extra Friday. 4 weeks and an extra Friday. Actually, this might go this way. I don't know. There's this green strip here. So there's going to be a cover on there, but I like this ribbed appearance. It's ribbed for her pleasure. So that's pretty neat. Not sure if we're going to get something on top of this or not, but yeah, I like the layout of this a little bit better with these, what I assume are like box seats and stuff. That's pretty cool. Like the little trees, like the windows. Those are pretty cool. Also ribbed for her pleasure. The cat reached out with her paw to nab a jelly bean. Too bad they're bad for Kitty, otherwise maybe you'd share. Aw. I want some jelly beans. Alright, so we have an ad running, but let's go ahead and move on to minifigs. Let's go ahead and get these actually put away on my shelf. So because we don't have to build this part and sort out the stuff, we'll probably get a little bit more than a quarter done next time. Which might mean that it'll probably only be... It might only be 2 more sessions to complete that. We shall see. It depends. Let's get these out. And pulling out some minifigs. If you don't distract me, I'll get even more done. Will I, though? Will I? Alright, D6, so 2. We're going over here. So a D20. Don't roll off the table, please. That is 14 we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and a 14. Okay, let's start a prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack. Get your predictions in. And I'm actually going to step away for just a second to get the Gundam Sentinel book. I'll be right back. Okay, we'll look at that in a moment. But first, let's go ahead and roll, see what we're looking at. All right, 7. Evil Knievel, that's what I got. Okay, so... All right, 5 for Bahamut, that would be Triton. 8 for Nadorogai, that would be the Space Bounty Hunter. Wolfon gets 11. That would be the hippie. 3 for Vigistry. That would be the bunny. The Easter Bunny. I'm sorry. Could get 2 bunnies tonight. It's possible. Is that a Hobbit? What? Which one? 16? No, that's Red Riding Hood. Like, how do you not realize that's Red Riding Hood? Alright, predictions are closed. Let me go ahead and get my timer ready to go. There we go. And go. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? What is that piece? Is that... Okay. 16.53, I believe we have another Tarzan. So let me go ahead and see if that is correct. Is that it? That is it. Yep. All right. Oops. Get in there. All right. Let's choose the outcome. Come on, mouse. What is wrong with you? That is within 20 seconds. Complete that prediction. Okay. Red Hyena and Vigistry getting all the hams. Lord Canis and Wolfon going for 20 to 50, Kinshir going for 50 to 60, and Bahamut going for no. All right, let's go ahead and mark that one. Actually going to go ahead and manually run the ad while I build the minifig, since we have built this one before. Yes, Baltimore. And he can hold his monkey. All right, get rid of that knife. And Lil Bunny, Red Hyena. No faith in me whatsoever. Although they also don't bet very much, so it's not very much no faith. Where's my cursor? There's my cursor. All right, let's go ahead and zoom in on him. So no back printing on this guy. But a loincloth, a chimpanzee, bone necklace. He's actually got a scratch on his torso right there. All right. Go ahead and zoom back out. Okay. Next up, Series 10. There is a chance for a Mr. Gold in here. There's no chance. You love the painted on abs on Tarzan? It's great. All right, 3. Okay, so we're going into the middle. All right, we've got 11, so let me roll a d12. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, start a prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack? Let's go ahead and roll my die. 10. That is the Sea Captain. And put this back as well. All right, so let's see. Bahamut 9, that would be the Paintballer. 7 for Not a Rogue AI, that would be the Bee-Girl. 4 for Vigistry, that would be the Amazon Lady. Wolfon gets a 10 as well, so also the Sea Captain with the seagull. He has caught the seagull that stole my my toy. So get your predictions in. Meanwhile, this is a pretty thick Gundam Sentinel book. It's pretty cool though. I love how they do the model photography to make it look like actual photographs in space and stuff. But I'll look at that a little bit more detail at the end for those who want to hang around for an extra few minutes. So a Minotaur Auto Repair Tar and a Leonin Motorcyclist. He's wearing a Muscle Cuirass. He's definitely not wearing a Muscle Cuirass. There are other minifigs that have a Muscle Cuirass, and he is not one of them. Alright, let me go ahead and reset my timer. Sally Forth, now there's an interesting cheer for giant robots. Not exactly a cheer. I mean, Sally Forth means, like, to go out to fight. All right, predictions are closed. And go. Let's see, what do we got? What do we got? Okay. 12.58. Apparently, the dice heard about us talking about baseball, because I do believe that we have the catcher. with 12.58. And it is indeed the catcher. We caught the catcher. I'll zoom in on him in a second, but first, choose the outcome. That is within 20 seconds. Complete that prediction, because that was 12.58. Who is getting the hams? Red Hyena and Vigistry getting all the hams again. Very nice. Lord Canis and Wolfon going for 20 to 50. Shield of Hope going for 50 to 60. And Bahamut going for no. Now, the only downside is there's no like you don't get enough of these jerseys to make a full team, and also the blue feels not as rich as it should be. It actually feels a bit yeah. Now, this has been sealed, so it couldn't have yellowed. I don't know if this is just like a mixture that they were using. Let me zoom in on that. Compare these two. It's not a different shade of blue, because it would be that. At least it shouldn't be. No joke, it's pretty impressive how I'm able to do this. It comes with years of practice, to a certain extent. Alright, it's kind of hard to see in the camera, but they're different shades, and it's not dark blue, because that's dark blue back there. Like, it looks like it's, yellowed a bit. Yes, years of fondling. I have some other pieces like this. I think it might just have been a bad mixture for a time or something. I mean, it's okay in this situation. It looks fine. I actually like it with the gray. But I don't think we've gotten this hand piece in any other minifig. Look at that face. It's a bit more. It's more than a bit yellowed. Ugh. You want to see a competition like this at the LEGO convention or something? Part of the problem, though, is that, like, it's very, like, I felt the hat with this little, the little, you know, like, I felt the brim, and then the little dot there, the button or whatever it is, and there's no one else with a, let me zoom out a bit, actually. No, there's no name on the baseball jersey. It's blank on the back, but the team is the Stackers. The painter does have a cap, yes. But so no one else has, you know, no caps, no caps, no caps. Cap. However, let me find. I should have him here. White and gray. If I can... There he is. Okay. See the difference? No button. Smooth on top. Shorter brim. More rounded. They feel very different. Like, I felt the brim, and I was like, okay, this feels too long for this. And then I felt... Oops. And then I felt the button, and I'm like, okay, that has to be that. Can't be anything else. It is the little things. I mean, one of the things is like feeling it through the, you know, through this, is plastic. It's not super thick, but it's not the thinnest either. I mean, it needs to be pretty sturdy. Part of it's just like a kind of a spatial awareness thing, and I'm not, like, ordinarily I'm not that good at spatial awareness type stuff. But it's, like, it's spatial awareness and sensing, because it is fingers and touch, and your fingertips are some of your most sensitive touch spots. Like, you know, I can't really feel it like that there. Can I switch the caps? Sure. See, he looks okay. He doesn't look like he's wearing, like... It looks like he's wearing just a, you know, like he's just... This is just the hat he likes to wear, rather than being a professional hat. This is his personal cap. Whereas this doesn't look right. Because that's a workman's cap. If you were giant on a planetary scale, your fingers could feel the difference between a car and a small house. Could be. I don't know. I mean, this is a cool cap. They haven't, like... This hasn't been in other sets. Which is kind of a shame. This I believe is a standard baseball cap that LEGO has been making for a little while. The like the old LEGO baseball cap had a very like duckbill, just rounded and completely flat and completely curved, not like detailed like this. I still like those. They're nice. Human fingers can feel things down to the nanometers. Yeah, I mean, they're very, very sensitive. It is your most sensitive touch spot. I think like your upper lip might be close or the same or something like that. Or something like that. There's a few other spots. Alright, so that is that one. Next up is our animal fans. I would love to get like whole LEGO teams. I think that would be awesome. Baseball teams, because then you could make a baseball stadium. All right, D6. That is 3. So we're going on the left. On a D10. That is 1. So we're grabbing the first one, and we're slipping one of the ones that came from the top right in here. There we go. All right. So let's start a prediction. You can all guess what is inside the minifig box. Get your predictions in. You'd love a complete LEGO set of all the baseball players from the Simpsons episode? I don't know which ones... the frog is 5, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't know. I don't know that episode, but they've done a lot of Simpsons LEGO. So you might actually have the heads. You wouldn't have the uniforms. Okay, so Bahamut going for 6. Bahamut, you need to re-roll. We've gotten all the koalas. Can't have another 6. 2 for Vigastry, and that would be the cat lady. 11 for Nadarogai, that is the cowardly lion. And 5 for Wolfon, that is the frog. So get your predictions in. Go ahead and get my scanner ready. Is the cat lady crazy? I mean, she's wearing a cat outfit. So it's up to you. There's a very cute. I posted it on Discord. There's a very cute Restaurants of the World gift with purchase set. That's a taqueria. I'm looking forward to getting that. It is at 180 though. Did I ever do a Simpsons build on YouTube? No, I don't think so. They came out with a few recently, and it had been a while since they had any. I think it was only one recently, actually. I do own the Simpsons house, but I own that from long before I was doing this. All right, predictions are closed. All right, let's get our scale up. First of all, let's go ahead and roll. Actually, no. I'll wait. Let's shake it. Make my guess. All right, I'm going to go for the fish. I'm hearing multiple pieces. I think a couple pieces that were rolling. So my guess is the fish, number 3. Let's see what the die says. 10. That is the bunny. And that does have 2 things that roll. And let's go ahead and weigh it. All right, 17.55. Doesn't look like it could be the fish. Looks like it could be the bunny or the dolphin. It is closer to the dolphin, but I did think that I heard a couple things rolling around. However, because I rolled 10 here, I am going to go for a different thing just to cover the spread. So I'm going to say that it is the dolphin. So let's see what the scanner says. That is the bunny. All right. So I heard multiple things rolling around. There were 2 things. I went for the wrong one. The die said that it was the other one, though. So perfect for Easter, the Easter season. We got an Easter bunny. All right, let's choose the outcome. If I can find my cursor, there it is. That was yes with die roll. All right, complete that prediction. Who is getting the hams? Kinshir getting all the hams. Nice. Red Hyena going for yes with guess. Vigistry going for yes with wait. And Wolfon and Bahamut going for no. It's never the die. Sometimes it is. So we'll make her super happy. There we go. It is a little girl. I'm not sure if we've had a basket in this color before. And get it into your hand. Jesus. There we go. It's soft, so it's a little, like, it has some give to it. Our painted Easter egg. Actually, let's just put that in her hand, because I don't know if that'll stay there. Okay, let's go ahead and zoom in on our bunny girl. There we go. Got a little tail there. Very pretty painted egg. It's a giant egg. It is a giant egg, yeah. We've got 2 different faces. Winky. And smiling. And this is a new bunny hat. Let's see. This is the old one, and there may have been another one, like, This one doesn't have a, oops, sorry. This one doesn't have a, like a face on it. But I think that there is another one that we got for, the Year of the Rabbit, Chinese set. That, that does have a face, but it didn't have the ear, you know, bent over. So it's very cute. Now we have multiple, you know, bunny costume heads. So it's very cute. It's very adorable. And I think a really good minifig head, too. And shorty legs as well. No printing on the shorty legs. All right. Go ahead and zoom back out. Mark off our minifig. And before we wrap things up, see, I think there's a fold out here. Where does the? There it is. One of the Zetas. I think the inner had the characters. But great photography, great model photography in this. It's very cool. It's a shame I can't read any of it. Actually, I should look to see if someone has translated this. They may have. So there's a lot of these photos scanned in and stuff like that. But then there's the design sketches and everything like that. Great, great sketch work, the S Gundam. Which does have a core block. XS Gundam, of course. XS. It's basically an iteration on the Double Zeta. Booster unit. I don't know if Deep Striker is in here. There's the Zeta Pluses. There's multiple Zeta Pluses in it. Now, if only you could read kanji. I know, right? The Nero, which is an evolution of the Nemo. Ewak Nero, Nero Trainer type. Novel GM3. Pegasus 3. Which is basically it's a warship version of the Argama. So the habitation blocks, which had artificial gravity by spinning, they're just fixed blocks. One of my favorite versions of the Double Zeta, the FAZ, Full Armor Double Zeta. Zeku Eins, Zeku Zwei. These are the enemy units. We haven't gotten any of those. And then Gundam Mark V, which we did get a master grade of. I think it's in another room. I haven't built it, but I do need to. They did come out with a master grade recently. It's pretty nice. But I think there's some, Oh yeah, no, there's Deep Striker. Yeah. Deep Striker. It's kind of ridiculous. The this gun right here is actually one of the Argama main guns. Mark V Gun Plus stream? No, I have zero interest in doing Gun Plus streams. Like this long beam cannon, that is one of the main guns on Argama. It's kind of ridiculous. I want the master grade of this so much. I'm hoping that they do a re-release. There's a relatively new XS Gundam master grade as well that I didn't get, and I want that. It's one of my favorite master grades. S Gundam and XS Gundam. They're really good, the old ones. I'd like to see what the new one is like. See how it compares. But great model kit work on these as well. Because these are all, like, none of these are kits at the time. Amuro Ray color of Zeta Plus. Deep Striker versus a GPO3. Deep Striker would kick its butt. Like, there's no... I mean, I guess... I think they both have eye fields. But... Dendrobium doesn't have a... ship cannon on it. Like, it has a powerful beam gun, but it's not a ship cannon. Let me see if I can find, because I think there is a model of the Pegasus 3 in here. Let me see if I can find a picture of that. Big fan of the Pegasus 3. Looks great. Ship cannons never hit anything in Gundam? Well, yeah, but this is a ship cannon used by a mobile suit. Yeah, Barzam. I'd love to get a master grade of Barzam. There's Faz. Like, the colors on the Faz are great. It's, like, white, bluish gray, blue... The colors are just fantastic on it. Here's some of the ships. There we go. Okay, so, yeah. So this gun here, there's one on the back, and I believe there's two on the underside. Yeah, the underside here. That's the gun that's on the Deep Striker. It's pretty impressive. It's got pretty impressive firepower. But I should also make this version, like, make this as the Argama, because the a lot of the mechanisms of the Argama are taken out of this version, so the bridge doesn't rise. It's fixed in place down there. The habitation modules don't come out and rotate around. So it would be easier to make out of Lego. I think this is just more like manga version. I don't think it's the manga of the entire thing, but... Oh, and, I mean, as I'm sure all of you are doing, watching Zerfall Mysterious JG play through Galaxy Fraulein Yuna, well, character designs by Mika Akataka. One of the other things that Mika Akataka is well known for are the Gundam girls. As you can see right here. Zeku's Y girl. Great artwork of Deep Striker. The parts of G Cruiser. Like, it's great artwork on in this as well. Basically showing them kit bashing some of the stuff. Not that I will ever do kit bashing. I once thought about it, but decided, nah, it seems like a lot of work. I don't know that I care that much. So, very thick, very good. Model Graphics Special Edition Gundam Wars 3. If you like the artwork in that, I highly recommend getting it. It's pretty cool. But I think that is going to wrap us up tonight. I want to thank you guys for coming on out. We will be back on Wednesday to continue building the Real Madrid. I mean Real Madrid, but Real Madrid. We'll be back tomorrow for some more Spelljammer. We'll be back on Saturday, on Monday for some more Dragon Quest VII. And like I said, next Wednesday and Friday we'll be back to hopefully finish up the stadium. Makes you miss the days of just books? What do you mean by just books? Before I finish up. I'm not sure what you mean. Like art books? I mean, I'm pretty sure they still do stuff like this. If it weren't so expensive, I would still be getting Hobby Japan and Dengeki Hobby. It just got too expensive to import them. They have tons of great, like, kit bashing and model work in it. Pre-internet, when that was the only way to explore hobbies. I mean, like, there's still a lot of that going on, but also just being able to connect to people around the world is pretty awesome. Like, without the internet, it would be so much harder to get this kind of thing. And it would kind of, like, they're like, you don't want people gatekeeping and stuff like that, and it kind of leads to gatekeeping, I think, in a lot of ways. That's not great. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for coming on out. We will be back next time. See you then, everyone.